'70s were a time of eerie, ominous horror movies with soundtracks to match the mood almost perfectly. And it's become a genre unto its own, with more of these soundtracks released in recent years than ever. And one such composer who was quite prolific in this vein was the Italian composer, conductor, Bruno Nicolai. And from the 1972 album The Case of the Bloody Iris, Perchè, quelle, strane, gocce, I'll just say The Case of the Bloody Iris, the track Panic in the Elevator. It's almost like someone's knocking, it's almost like someone's coming, a shadowy figure is coming. That I'm hearing like doorbells, I'm hearing very ominous strings right there, cutting through, sweeping up all those other instruments. I should warn you, the track is not just Panic in the Elevator, it's Panic in the Elevator / Terror in the Cellar. It's a two-parter, so this is prepare for something very scary. Mesmerizing. What kind of an organ is that? Notice how that bass just totally changed the track entirely. Now it's got like this drive to it and those cymbals are going along, but those strings are still persisting, giving it continuity. Those piano accents seem to characterize feet moving frantically, nervously across the floor. these pizzicato strings and just the overall dropout of sound and intensity seems to indicate that that a very nervous moment has passed, but now we're in kind of suspense. Like the danger, the terror seems to have subsided momentarily, but is it really gone? Maybe not. And you can tell some of these sounds are not created with instruments. They're like in the studio, like simulating sound effects, like they could be using boxes, furniture. Those ever so faint mallets coming out of this channel add a bit of color to it all. Very angular, very frantic, very nervous. Maybe serrated is the right word. It's really sharp, pointy like a knife. Spine tingling. Yeah, like a shadowy figure wielding a sharp, blunt, deadly object. It was kind of those brisk moments, those more emphasized, accented moments of the piece. Yeah, Bruno Nicolai, Panic in the Elevator, Terror in the Cellar. From the movie The Case of the Bloody Iris, a 1972 Italian slasher thriller starring Edwige Fenech, George Hilton, and a few others. And from the few clips that come up on YouTube, it looks pretty scary. Edwige Fenech seems to be in peril, with her head just slightly above water in one of the scenes. Not much information is given about the instrumental, or no information is given about the instrumentation of the album. It's the credits, the titles are just very kind of generically listed, but issued, I guess, for the first time in 2004 on the Digit Movies label. First time, a lot of his soundtrack music from the 70s, Bruno Nicolai, only became available in the 21st century. Although back in the day, he did have a lot of library music albums out on, like the Cam label, Cinevox, Gemelli, and had at least one title, part of that RCA April Orchestra Presente series on RCA Sound. Yeah, volume number 2 in the series. Anyway, yeah, the Italian soundtrack scene, well, the Italian library scene in general, and the is like just a world unto its own. There's so much you could. There are times depending on the mood I'm in, I could spend just hours just listening to these tingly, bone-chilling, ominous sounds, particularly during certain times of year. It really fits like during the colder times of the year when you're kind of snowed in and there's all those stormy sounds outside and it's late at night. Good Halloween music too. Anyway, for more rubies and sapphires from Bruno Nicolai and other Italian library composers and soundtrack film score writers, as well as from many other areas of Italian music like operatic, symphonic rock, Italo-disco, psychedelic new wave, singer-songwriter, jazz rock. See the directory of Italian albums, currently over 711 titles currently, and growing. Down in the links below, hundreds of rubies, hundreds of sapphires, when you're ready to just dig into the musical richness of Italy in the 70s and 80s. And until next time, don't forget to like and subscribe. And this is Zaragon, the world's most ear travel trimaximalist, signing off.